Are you a newer entrepreneur who is struggling with parenting and your entrepreneurship? Today I'm here to talk about tips and tricks to help you get going. Let's go! Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandy and I'm here to talk about all things in entrepreneurship, time management, and parenting. In today's video, we're going to talk about the struggles of parenting and entrepreneurship and how we can balance them together. Sometimes it can definitely be a challenge, but it doesn't have to be impossible. First off, let's talk about how to set realistic goals for your business while still being present with your family. Setting goals is an essential part to entrepreneurship because you don't have a boss telling you that you need to have this done or you need to have it done by this date. You have to set your own goals and your own deadlines. And even more, being a parent, you have to make those realistic. However, as a parent, we have to set realistic and achievable goals for our business so we can still manage family time with our kids, with our spouses, and be able to balance the work and family life. One of the first steps to setting realistic goals is to prioritize your task list. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to create like a master task list of all of the things that you need to get done. And then you need to look at them, you can number them, you can reorder them, but sit there and write numbers of how important they are. Say, the first one you put happens to be your number one priority. That's why you wrote it down first. But say, 3 down the line, there's, you should really get that one done. That should be a 2-day thing. And in order to do so, writing them down, we can see everything that we need to do and we can go off of there. This way we can focus on the more critical ones first. That way we can make progress with our business or entrepreneurship work. Another thing we're going to want to do is when we set goals, we want to set those goals into smaller goals, kind of like what I did when I talked about goal setting in the video last week. When we break our goals down, we can break them down into smaller goals that are more manageable. Kind of like the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That way, we look at our goals and there's this big, massive goal that we have. When we break our goals down to smaller, bite-sized segments, it doesn't seem like that massive thing that we're trying to accomplish. Say you want to lose 20 pounds in a year. So if you look at that over the 4 quarters of the year, you only need to lose 5 pounds that first quarter, and then another 5 pounds that second quarter, and so forth. And then by the end of the year, you've lost 20 pounds. But maybe you could reach that before the end of the year. And breaking those down into the smaller goals, it's easier to achieve the smaller goals at first and make our way to the big end goal. This makes it so it's not overwhelming to achieve that big goal. But it also helps to make sure that you're making progress towards that end goal. Even if you only get, say, 5 minutes a day towards that goal, it's still moving the bar to achieve the goal or make progress to that goal. By setting the goals and focusing on the smaller portions and breaking them down into days, weeks, we can still make time to spend time with our family. Second of all, I know sometimes it can be a struggle to manage our time effectively as a parent and entrepreneur. As a mom of 3, there's laundry, there's cooking, there's cleaning, there's bath time, there's appointments, there's grocery shopping, there's all these things we need to do as parents. But even though there's several things that we need to do as parents, there's several strategies you can use to help you make the most of your time, as well as being productive during that time. One of the strategies is to make a schedule and stick with it. Set aside certain times for family time and certain times for work. That way you don't intertwine the two. Right now, my two littles are not in school. I understand it can be hard to not mix the two. And my 3-year-old doesn't take naps anymore. She takes naps sometimes, but her everyday naps are just gone. So trying to find time when I'm not at the office to either edit videos or optimize them or keyword research or even setting my talking points. Sometimes it can be a struggle to get those done and not intertwine my work and my family life. When you're able to avoid mixing the two, you can focus on that one task that you're currently working on. I know the first time that I edited a YouTube video, it took me about 5 hours, and my second one took me 2 hours of editing. And during that time, my children needed their cups refilled, my youngest needed his diaper changed, and they wanted food during that time. And I completely understand. Sometimes it's easier said than done as a parent to set aside time to work on something. Unless you are able to work on it either before they wake up or after they go to bed, sometimes it's just hard to set that break. Another way to get stuff done is to delegate the task. We can consider delegating some of those tasks in order to achieve what we're trying to achieve in the business or entrepreneurship side. And again, I understand that this is easier said than done. Something that has helped me over the years is I pick one day a week. Normally it's a Saturday or a Sunday, and I spend up to 4 hours cleaning and doing laundry. And when I'm cleaning and when I'm doing laundry, I do have my kids help me. My son is in charge of doing the dishes, and he helps me pick up the toys in the living room, my oldest son. My two littles, I do encourage them to help me fold the laundry and put it away. My daughter loves putting the towels away, the washcloths, and they help me with tasks that I know that they could do. Like I don't set, I wouldn't expect my 4-year-old to help me with the dishes, even though she would probably love to. But I guess she does help sometimes, especially putting silverware away. She will help with that. Another thing that has helped me gain back time with household stuff is I do a grocery pickup. I don't go to the store anymore. I do go to the store. Sometimes I forget something and then I have to run to the store. I do my meal planning on Thursday. Sometimes we do what I call it fend for yourselves, because my 10-year-old will make something that he can make. And then I'll get something quick and easy for the two little ones, and my husband and I figure out later on what we're going to eat. But I don't stand at the stove and cook a big meal on the fend for yourself nights. But I do plan probably one of those a week. And usually it's on a busy night when my son has baseball practice. But I do the meal planning on Thursday, and I put everything in the Kroger app, and I set up a time after work on Friday to go pick it up. And that saved me at least an hour and a half out of my week instead of driving to Kroger's and walking through the store and driving home. But it's also helped know what we're going to spend that week. Another thing that I want to try incorporating is more crock pot meals. That way, you just throw it all in and you're done. And that way I can have more time with my kids instead of, coming home, cooking for a half an hour or so. I don't have to do that. All I have to do is make plates. And that way, when I am home and not working on my business, I can spend quality time with my children instead of coming home and having to cook, and then it's bath time, and then it's, relax for a half an hour and then bedtime. That way I have more time with my children when I am home. And then it's also good to take breaks. I mean, being a parent, especially with littles, can be super stressful at times. And then you throw in entrepreneurship work and then you're in overload. It's essential to make time for yourself, even if time for yourself is working on your business. If you really love and enjoy working on your business and you consider that you time, that is great. But make sure you're setting aside time for you. And your you time could be going on a walk, reading a book, or spending time with friends. I mean, your you time, relaxation time, can be anything that you want it to be. We also need to talk about staying motivated and overcoming challenges. As an entrepreneur and a parent, I completely understand that you get overwhelmed and even discouraged when things don't go your way. So I won't lie, the video that I put up last week, I actually had to edit twice because I edited it, I saved it, I exported it, and then I went back to my computer to upload it, and it was just gone. So I had to re-edit the whole thing again, and that was super overwhelming, but I just set aside time and I got it done, and it still went up as scheduled. There are several ways that you can stay motivated when you are overwhelmed. One of those things is we can focus on our why. Like, why are we doing this? Why do we want to become an entrepreneur? Why did we start the business in the first place? What is motivating you to keep going? By reminding ourselves of our why, it can help us stay motivated through the tough times. Another way is we can seek support from other people, whether it's joining a Facebook group or following someone who's very active on Instagram, who is positive and all things entrepreneurships and parents, or even friends and family. Having a support system can help us get through the challenges. We also need to be able to be flexible and adapt to the changes that come our way. As a parent, I know things don't always go as planned. The same's true in business. We need to be able to adapt to the change of circumstances and adjust our plans as needed to stay on track of our goals. By staying motivated and flexible, you can overcome the challenges of being a parent and an entrepreneur. Balancing entrepreneurship and parenting can be a big challenge, but it is possible to be successful. I've seen many people do it throughout the years. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it throughout the years. By setting goals, managing your time, and staying motivated, you can achieve your business goals while still being present with your family. It's important to prioritize your task, but also communicate with your family and take breaks when needed. And seek support from others if you feel you need to do that. If you are completely overwhelmed and need to talk to somebody, if you want to talk to me, reach out to me. I'll talk to you about it. If you don't have anyone to talk to and you want to talk to me, I'm here. Reach out. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. Come find me at A Mom in Business and let's talk. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this every Monday. What strategies have you used to balance entrepreneurship and parenting, or even work in parenting? Sometimes that's hard too. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye.